Hello, this is FG, back with EU4 Anbennar. We're still on the bitbucket version, and we're going to be playing as one of the bitbucket exclusive nations of Eneion. This is, to be perfectly honest, part 2, or not part 2, but my second attempt. I was running a mod that was not compatible, so there was issues. Okay, so let's read our little preface. The Eneion are master diplomats, explorers, and pioneers. They carry with them a certain sense of arrogance, seeing themselves as above the other Nahikis. In the face of their Alkandi overlords, however, they must proclaim fervent loyalty. Otaris Daris, the people of Devand. The Canyon of Eneion was the first Keonii first city built in Devand. For generations, the elves of Eneion have maintained great relations with their tribal neighbors, something every other Keon has failed at. The diplomats of Eneion are known as some of the greatest at their crafts, able to make even the most stubborn Chindian cooperate, and the most reluctant of enemies make peace. In comparison to their criminal and rebellious brother of Dagakion, Eneion puts on display as the perfect subject to their Dagakion sovereign. It is now year 1444, as events in Aelkand have led to more immigration to Devand than ever before. The race to colonize the interior has begun. The Eneioni have already made plans to make sure that they come out on top and seek to unify Devand with the aid of Basibar and their militaristic overlords. In order to complete Eneion's mission tree, it is highly recommended that Eneion stays a vassal of Dagakion. We will make our forefathers proud. Okay, so since this is my second playthrough, or not playthrough, but start, I have a little bit better idea of what we actually need to do. For philosophers, we also want to give them, what else? Oversight by philosophers, and religious diplomats. Alrighty. And we summon these guys. Nope. And I guess we'll take this. Alrighty. So, that is number 1. We're going to settle these 2 areas, and we're also going to begin developing. Then we got petition to Dagakion. Alrighty. Other things to know, we are a republic, so we use Republican tradition, and we will elect our leaders. Our current leader, I'm not going to roll as a general, just because I like the settler increase. We should be able to colonize relatively quickly. I'm going to go ahead and take that to start building up our prosperity. Other things to do: protect trade and Keonii, and we're not going to go to war for a while, so I'm just going to delete them. So this will be a relatively boring early game. Riddick. What does this want? Alrighty. By the way, in case you didn't know, that is the sort of new mechanic for Keonism. We might actually be able to afford a Diplo advisor. We need either a... Yeah, we can afford it. Barely. Yeah, we'll establish a penal colony. Take that. I'm not 100% sure how we get actually, I think I do realize how we do that. I think we might have to get extra crown land, and that'll do it. What is our philosophers? 59. And for that we need 6. And this wants us to develop it to... There we go. I'll take the prestige loss. Yeah, I apologize for the boring start, but that's just how it's gonna be. Gonna go ahead and re-elect him. I'm just gonna start allying, or improving relations with neighboring countries. Okay. Now, we are going to take this. I don't think we're going to need to convert much. And I'm going to go ahead and build an extra unit. I can do that one. Okay, fill the library. The Trildeer library is yet to be filled. There are still empty bookshelves within, a problem our philosophers demand be rectified. While we could simply order books to be copied and brought from Aelkand, our philosophers see value in the ways of Basbahar and our humble settlers, and seek state funding to write text of their lives. Specifically, these philosophers seek to record myths, tales, faiths, traditions, and language of the Basbahar, and demand that the state sponsor their endeavors. We will support these philosophers and store the text they produce in the Trill Deer Library, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So, that'll give us some nice buffs. In case you're wondering who the Basubahar are, they are this group, which are one of the 2 Devandi, or one of the 3 Devandi groups. But I think I should be able to do that. Oh yeah, here we go. See, I told you the upgraded version is just... yeah, it gives us... yeah, we get, I think a little extra or something. I don't know what we get. Petition Dagakion. We are the first Nikkei in rank, founding, prestige, and size. We have long been the most preeminent of the Devandi Kaons, a position which we intend to keep. Unfortunately, we have had to watch with great dissatisfaction as our cousins have grown and come to challenge us. If only we had a way to forcefully put them in their place. Thankfully, our parent Kaonian has ambitions of their own. They seek the unification of Kaonia under their leadership. These 2 goals are not incompatible, and in fact perfectly complement one another. We will send diplomats to Dagakion to negotiate a settlement that will help both us and them achieve our ambitions. Negotiations with Dagakion. We now send an offer to our sovereign, the Midas of the Great Kaons. An offer of cooperation which will give us the ability to declare war without their intervention while reassuring our loyalty to them, said the Eneion Minister of Foreign Affairs. Nestoros Moselon, with a look of skepticism, asked a simple question. Are you sure we will be able to convince Dagakion of this proposal? The foreign minister, clearly confused, responded, My team of diplomats are the greatest across the Cleave Sea. We have made many a deal with the barbarians, and now Dagakion have agreed to our proposals before. Why would you doubt us now? Because, said Nestoros Moselon in a concerned manner, it won't be just your heads upon a spear if you were to fail. This is perhaps one of the most important diplomatic offers Eneion has ever made. The consequences of such a rejection are immense. Dagakion accepts. As we hope, the Dagakionii have accepted our proposal, giving us the freedom to declare wars without their oversight. Although we have much to give in trade concessions, it will be worth it all in the end. We will make Eneion an autonomous vassal. Dagakion will begin funding our operations to Devand, giving us plus 24 yearly as long as we remain an autonomous vassal. As compensation for this, Dagakioni merchants will be given complete control over our trade as long as we remain an autonomous vassal. We will gain access to a decision that calls Dagakion into your war. Dagakion will be disabled from being called to arms against Eneion as long as Eneion remains an autonomous vassal of Dagakion. Okay. Alrighty. Wow, this is an unpleasant position. Can I just hire some? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab them. Grab them. Yeah, this war is probably not gonna be super pretty. Yeah, that should be a good battle for us. Yeah, we won. Yeah, not exactly the position I wanted to be in. Please don't burn the colony. God damn it. Yeah, I guess we just get to sit here while our country's sieged down. Wonderful. There's a good chance that this episode doesn't get seen either. Okay, thank God. I don't think they even took anything from that. How bad is it? It's not terrible. Devastation-wise, I'm meaning. Wonderful. Yeah, war exhaustion is not great right now. that's good, actually. Exactly what we needed, in fact. And we are going to go formalize the right of re-election. There we go. That tanked our Republican tradition, but it'll give us extra mana points, so it's worth it. So we will have to build up that. I'll go ahead and expand infrastructure as well. I'm actually going to take out a loan to do that mission. Okay. Settle the borderlands between us and the Besulaki to our south, while many Basubahar tribes eking out an existence upon the Wendy Plains. For generations, these tribes have kept an alliance with our humble Canadian, and on numerous occasions we have helped each other against any that disturb the status quo. Unfortunately, it seems clear to our policymakers that the loosely aligned Basubahar tribes alone will not be enough to secure our southern border. We must fortify the frontier with our own people. Our tribal allies. A group of Basubahar chiefs enter a local fortress recently built by Eneion. The land the fort sits upon was until recently controlled by the very same chiefs who now walk in its halls as guests. Within a special conference room lay a large table with copies of treaties the chiefs are to sign. As the chiefs set foot in the room, a mixture of anger, fear, and worry is clearly visible upon their faces. Opposite sat them Gilmonius Bombalis. Fear not, allies. While our long-standing alliance may have ended in less than favorable circumstances, we hope you will forgive us. It was necessary for the security of our southern border. While you may live in our lands now, you will not suffer the fate others in your position would have. We seek a new relationship between our parties, one that would be beneficial for both of us. The chiefs remained concerned. While many of them were illiterate, they had all brought tribal scribes with them who could read the Keonii language. The chiefs directed their scribes to read aloud the treaty that the Eneion had laid out in the Basubahar language. Once the scribes had finished reading aloud, the chiefs turned to each other, both shocked and relieved. They had all heard the fate of other tribes had suffered at the hands of the Keonii, and feared the worst. One of the younger chieftains, who was fluent in the Keonii language, questioned Gilmonas Bombalis. If I understand this correctly, our tribes will be granted much autonomy in exchange for helping you defend their lands? Correct, replied Gilmonius Bombalis, an offer too tempting to refuse. So, we get some defensiveness buffs, basically, there. And we'll go ahead and actually take out a loan here to build first a school. start sending a settler that way. A new people. This is another event. For years now, we have lost our ties to the Alkandi overlords. As time passes, people change and no longer consider us to be the same as our cousins that never left the island. And we will actually take that. Basically, that's an event that changes our culture. No longer are we Dagakion. We are our own thing. These other nations, I think, will get it if they don't have it already. If they have it, they have it. They don't have it yet. They don't have it yet. This is a colony. They don't have it yet. They don't have it yet. They don't have it yet. Do these guys have it? No. At the game's start, I believe the only one of the mainland nations that have it are Eneion, and they're different. Yeah. That's also a fun playthrough that I recommend a lot. We will keep him. Do we have to... Okay, we gotta change our philosophy. So right now we have the military philosophy again. And we can take... the Dagakion phalanx. And I'm just going to start actually dumping. Yeah. Our first target will probably end up being these guys. Speaking of which, we probably do need to start building up our army some. Actually should be able to build this now. Yep, there it is. So we'll take this province next, I believe. After we're done with this one. What are we looking at? This wise. There we go. Okay. As long as he's still alive, we'll still keep him. Okay, build up Eneion. Dagakion was the first to be built east of the Cleve Sea, and for generations we have maintained our status as the first Nekis, both in size and prestige. The other Nekis seem to have begun challenging our title, seeking to eclipse us. Our government officials have proposed a range of building projects and renovations in order to bring our great city to new heights, a plan which we must implement. So it'll upgrade our building, and we also need another guy. Damn it. Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick do that. Take the land maintenance guy. Okay. Prepare the conquest. Our goal is clear, the dream of a unified Devand under our leadership. Even with the aid of our overlords, however, it will be a costly and difficult venture. We must prepare well before we embark upon this great undertaking. So I get that, and we get a new general. And we will take... And we're just going to go ahead and declare war on them. And, oh yeah, I again have the Ages Expanded Mon. We're going to call in Dagakion. And they will help us. Because they're nice guys. Nope. Okay. Okay, now we're going take all of this. Let me get access. Yeah, I know by doing that we're going into debt, but I kind of need the, what's it called? I want the extra settlers. Eventually they'll give up. Probably. We'll keep him. This guy's a pretty great leader, actually. Okay, let's say I'm gonna go burn this colony down real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just pillage these lands to the ground, just to grab all the money right now. And also let the war score tick up. Yeah, I'll take that. And development-wise, what can I develop? Okay, there we go. I'm only doing that because we were at such low Republican tradition just from all the what's it called? All of the re-elections. I'm going to be saving up money just for the moment being to get the, what's it called? Institution. Start full coring everything. We have the admin for it. I'll take this. If I declare war on them, okay, there we go. We should be, yeah, we're pretty advanced. We're the only nation. And as far as ideas, probably we're gonna go just Diplo. We're supposed to be kind of the diplomatic nation anyways. Gonna build one chariot and just another regular unit. Okay. I guess the next war is against these guys. Oh. They ended their alliance with these guys, or Nom. How convenient. Alrighty. Okay, that should be everything. Since we have ticking war score, I'm just gonna sit on it for a little bit. Barely anyone even cares that we're doing all this conquesting. I can wait longer. Okay, I got these two guys. I'll re-elect him. We now have a 666 ruler. I guess I'll settle this. Should be able to repay loans. No more interest. Now we're gonna lose 100 settlers. How much is it to murder the natives? Not much. I'm also going to start rebuilding the Navy, because we're going to need a Navy. Time for a war against Ornom. Actually, take these guys. Should be a pretty easy war. Just take that, and that will nearly finish up our southern conquest. All we have left is Agramdos. Who shouldn't be a huge problem. Get out of that. Take that, and just as much money as they're willing to give us. Eventually, I'm probably going to try and convert. I think I mentioned it, but I'll try and convert nations over to our correct culture. I'm not really used to playing nations that are like the dominant culture and religion where they are. Used to playing nations that are a lot more sort of less dominant, I guess. At the end of the episode, I'll actually show you, anyone who's watching this, some extra stuff that they've been doing in the bitbucket build. That has to do with cultures. And for my next idea, I'm going to just take quantity. Since we're pretty ahead then, that area. I can probably do that. Yeah, I'll take that. We don't really get much trade, so I'm just going to take the upfront payment. I'll take the extra settler stuff. Might as well tack them. some reason our overlord wanted to build something in our lands, which, you know, not opposed to, but should really be focusing on himself. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take this. If I was to declare war, I could call in these guys. It'd be my 25,000 versus them. He's probably gonna die during this cycle, but man, it's hard to give up a 666 ruler. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this episode finish up, and then after that, go ahead and head, or, oh, that's something. And I'll go on observe mode and show you around a few of the changes. Yep, there's Laurenkar. Eventually, they're going to get reworked and get an actual mission tree and have their religion reworked, but for right now, they're just kind of a nation that exists and really doesn't do anything. I know something else I can be doing. And go ahead and murder the natives real quick. Okay, we're at an hour. So for right now, I'm just going to take a save and toggle observe mode. Some of the some of the things are the swamp trolls have finally gotten a flag. A few more nations around here have gotten flags. Religiously, this is what it looks like down in Sarhal. So the nations that have flags are kind of random. I don't think any of these guys have them. A few of the halflings over in the Vizimbi Island have flags, and some of them even have national ideas. Not that one. See? They have national ideas. Nolka's got their national ideas. I think basically all the Knolls have their national ideas by this point. Oh, that sucks. I always like to see these guys do alright. And what it looks like in terms of culture is basically the big thing is they've split Haramari up into 4 separate cultures. Areas that were once Royal Haramari are now Primal Haramari down in Rabekur. These are sort of the, I guess, animalistic ones, and are more, the most numerous, I think. Then are the Royal Haramari, which are, you know, what they were. Over for the Eastern Haramari, there's 2 different groups now. There's the Serene Haramari, who are basically sort of part of the Anshan area, and then the roaming Haramari down here in South Sarhal are the sort of least numerous of the 4 nations. So, I just kind of wanted to show that off. Otherwise, I don't think that there's too many major changes that are notable. A few of these nations have gotten mission trees, like I think Amethyst has one. You know, sneak peek. But other than that, not really too much has changed. I do want to go check something. Look at Ian Zelmora. Oh, these guys have national ideas now. So they get core creation cost, advisor cost, unrest, prestige, morale damage, stability cost, and like artificer or mage, which is kind of weird. They also get infantry shock as their finisher, which is good, and movement speed as well. I guess I'll sort of sneak peek in what they do. They use the Inca mechanic, I believe. So that's how they'll reform. Basically what they'll do is they'll expand like they have here, then they will hit the reform button. And I think they're supposed to lose whatever they conquer, and they run back to the swamp, and then they do it again, until they finally hit the final reform and they can do everything. Also unit pips. I guess I can show unit pips